when you connect with a mentee who wants to learn from you, their hunger level will determine how much they know. For those who are very hungry to learn, they will know so much. For those who have medium hunger, they will learn as much as they can. There are those who will just be, with them, they'll be in the periphery. So whichever way a mentee is interested, that interest will pay back.
Mentorship. I don't know a person that grows to the mark to optimize their potential without someone holding their hand. Welcome again to this Mentorship Table podcast, where we share transformative conversations regarding mentorship, something that we all need to be able to grow from where we are to where we want to be, because we cannot grow alone. No one grows just alone. Somehow, someone has touched you, someone has held your hand and walked with you a distance so that you can be able to grow and get to your next level. So in this session, I am still co-hosting you with a great man, a man of God, my dad, and a dad to many. I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Bishop Henry Lokorombi, former Archbishop of the Church of Uganda. I'm so delighted to be with you and to co-host you with my daughter here. It's a great joy to know that as iron sharpens iron, we sharpen each other. And as you know, mentorship is holding the hand of somebody to make them grow taller, to make them be better than who you are. But it has to be intentional. Welcome, and we're sure you're going to be blessed as we interact with you.
So Dad, looking at you, someone can think you were always this accomplished. You always knew everything. And so tell us which people have held your hand and helped you get to where you have got.
When I was a little boy in my village, my brother, the brother of my father, he was called Wilson. Wilson loved me. Wilson was a herdsman. Wilson was a storyteller. And in our village, herding goes rotationally. There are several herdsmen who come together and they rotate herding the animal per week. So when it is time to herd the animal, I don't go to school. I love to walk with him. I like to look after the animals with him, because at some point when the animals have eaten and taken water and they lie down, now it is story time. And my uncle would tell me very good stories. I got my oratory from him. He was such a storyteller. He was very good. And I'm talking about primary education, way back. Fast forward, the ministry I'm in, a church teacher who was so many years older than me, I was little, put me by his side. And I told you before, at 11, he gave me the first sermon to preach, and I could not do a good job, but I did. And so the teaching, the preaching, I began to get it from a man like him, capable man, godly man. He passed on after I became the archdeacon. He never saw me being made a bishop. Fast forward, my mentor in the ministry who ordained me deacon, ordained me priest, installed me archdeacon, presented me to the archbishop to become a bishop. He was a bishop of long-standing, died at the age of 92, a great man of integrity, very good historian. You sit next to him, you think you're sitting next to an encyclopedia. Very wonderful man. I walked after him, I trusted him. The greatest thing I wanted to pick from him is his integrity on finances. He was very good. You know, today we have men and women who are not very disciplined with money. That man was a good one. Then I had a co-worker, another older man. His name is Crispo. Crispo was a musician, a brass instrumentalist, a great evangelist. He worked with life ministry. I was a youth pastor for the whole diocese of Mali West Nile. We worked together like this. But the way he mentored me was very different. He was my encourager. I had a Land Rover, home speakers up on top. He had the Jesus-filled equipment. We reached to many people in the area of what Mali West Nile, and the revival broke when I was there in the 6 years I was in that place. The time I was moving to Nebi, January 1987, on the 1st of January, he passed on.
Oh.
I mourned for him. I mourned for him. Retracing my time when I was a young teacher, I had a Muzungu called Alan Galpin. This is how he mentored me. He was a listener. I had all these things bubbling inside me. I take my bicycle, I ride to him, he sits there and listens to me. That's all I wanted. Somebody just to listen to me, to quieten my spirit. And this goes on and on, but let me give you a chance also. What is it how are you mentored?
Well, I'm being mentored right here, but God has really given me an opportunity to meet good people that seem to care. There are people that I've met that really care. I'm going to pick on a few. So one, let me start from the workplace. I had a boss. She was a wonderful lady. She loved God. So when I got in the office, we realized we were both in Mothers Union in All Saints Cathedral, and she took it upon herself to identify my strength and all, and to keep pushing me to where she thinks I would thrive. And we worked for an organization that gave us staff houses. So we were neighbors where we lived. We were sitting in the same office, and we were going to the same Mothers Union. So we became inseparable. And she was an older woman, like her children were close to my age. But we became inseparable. So at some point we would dump the car, like one car, and travel together to office. And it was a distance because we lived in Machindi, Chizungu, and we would be going to somewhere in the Kawempe side. So we moved together, we talked, and her conversations, I later on, as I matured, realized were intentional. She would be talking to me as a younger woman in an intentional manner, like picking the teachable moments and teaching me something, picking my stubborn moments and kind of nibbing them in the bud. And it was a time of growth for me. But she also so she identified that I have a strength with speaking, and she would give me opportunities to speak. She was also in the leadership of, besides our office, but of the Church of Mothers Union. So I remember one day she just showed up and said, "On Friday you are the speaker at Mothers Union." I was just a young mother. Mothers Union had ladies like the Mrs. Babirukamu, the late Dr. Sarah Ndianabanji, the Vivians, Igundura, those kind of caliber of women. I was a young mother. I was like, what am I going to speak to those women? She said, pick a topic you're comfortable with, you're speaking to us. Okay, I said, now, am I going to teach them about marriage? Am I going to Mothers Union? What am I teaching them? I went and picked a topic on public speaking. It was a safe topic for me. I picked a topic on public speaking, and I went and told them, as Mothers Union members, you are automatically a leader, and you're going to be called upon to speak in different spaces. So you need to equip yourself with the ability to speak to people. And so I spoke and I shared, and I saw people like the late Dr. Sarah taking notes. I was like, what's going on? Dr. Sarah is taking notes. Mrs. Babirukam is taking notes. What's going on? I shared, and I was also feeling good with what I was doing. And at the end, the responses that came out, And then someone said, ladies, let's agree. This has been the best speaker we've had this year. I was like, okay, best speaker this year, me? Okay. And of course, that really boosted my confidence. And I remember someone praying over me. I've asked myself who it was. I was kind of a new member. I hadn't been there long. It was an older lady. I've not remembered who it was, but I remember the prayer. I remember her praying, Lord, this eloquence, turn it into evangelism. Turn this, and you know, all that, this lady pushing me into the spaces where I would practice my calling, my talent, and then also gain the confidence, but also be identified. The next time, what happened on Mary's Day, I was called on to be the MC. Now, it turned out that it was the whole of Kampala Diocese coming together. So, yeah, and I'm MCing. And in the room, there were like, I think it was like 600 people or so. And I did. And I MC'd. Successfully. And I got the super compliments from very serious people, MDs that were saying, where do you get these people? Where do you get these women? And I was very, very, boosted. My confidence was boosted. Shortly, we moved to Kenya as a family. And I can assure you, all the years I spent in Kenya, I was MCing at the at the Mothers Union events, at church events. And of course, as I was MCing, I was being identified for other opportunities. So this lady did not stop there. She was giving me the opportunities to practice myself, but she was also pushing me to get into spaces where I would grow in the Lord. So she was in a Bible study at that time. She was in BSF. And for me, I was not in any Bible study. I was there. And she kept telling me, you need to, please join Bible study, join BSF. But it was happening on a Tuesday. I had another social club that I was attending, a voluntary club that I was really committed to. So I didn't see the two matching. So I kept telling her, no, I have to go for this. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Maybe if it ever happens that there is a different one that doesn't happen on Tuesday. But she didn't give up. She kept pushing me and pushing me. And reminding me.
Kenya.
No. Now still in Uganda before we moved.
Yes.
So one time I just also woke up and I thought, but why don't I join this Bible study? Honestly, I need to grow in my faith. I need to. So I remember I walked from my office. Our offices were separated with a wall, but with a connecting door. So I walked to her office and told her, this evening I'm coming with you to Bible study. And I remember her standing up and saying, hallelujah! As like, it was this important to her. It's me going for Bible study. Why is it being important to her? But I came to realize that she cared. She cared about my growth. She cared about my abilities and wanted me to maximize them. She cared about my family and wanted me to grow in that area. So she cared, and she was leading me with the heart as a younger woman, wanting me to grow. And so since then, I have been in Bible study. Indeed, shortly I went to Kenya. I joined a Bible study called Wisdom for Mothers. I have been doing it I can't survive without Bible study. I want to be in there where I'm being in the Word and being equipped. I have I'm in church, I'm in the Navigators. It's the Word of God is sweet. It's very sweet and like honey. But I discovered that because someone pushed me in that space. And so really nothing can match mentorship when it comes to personal development and moving from where you are to where you want to be. this was not just for pushing me in the social space and faith, she was also supporting me in my career and helping me to learn more, to become better. And here I am.
Amazing. Hosting the former bishop. Is your father?
Imagine!
It's no joke.
It's because it began there.
Yeah.
I told her recently that blame it on you, and she laughed.
Yeah, I've got very far. And she's still there.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there is the aspect of me now mentoring some few people. Specific one I want to reflect on are the cluster of young people, potential leaders who came around me as a youth pastor in Arua. Tough years, because that was 79 up to 86. Those are tough years. I mean, I'd been overthrown. Museveni was in the bush. By the time I left Arua, Museveni had just taken government. I'm moving to Nebi. But God gave me an opportunity to choose a few capable young people. They were all either students of a teacher's college or already teachers. And what I used to do with them is to open our home for them. So these young people come from the back door up to the front door, from the front door up to the back door in our home. The girls would go to the kitchen to help mama make tea or whatever. The boys have the accordion and the guitar. They formed a group around us. Now these young people, every Saturday, I would walk them 4 miles to a riverbed, spend the whole day with them. When we get together, we pray together, and I say, you guys, you go and seek God the way you know how. When we finish around 3, I call them to come back, and I say, now what have we learned? They will tell me. Then we do a Bible study, and by about 5, we are starting our way back to our base. Every Saturday. I was done 1986, I shifted to Nebi. One became a worker with Life Ministry. Up to today, she's a trainer. She was based in Zimbabwe. She came back. Now she's holding the cluster in West Nile. She's a very seasoned leader in Life Ministry called Joyce Kule, and she's mentored hundreds, including elders we are talking about. One became ordained. First of all, he went to be church army trainer. He became a captain. He became ordained. He was an archdeacon. He is now retired. And then another one is working with local government. Another one was a principal in a teacher's college. All these guys, one after another, became leaders in their categories. Why? Because for 6 years, I made myself available as a study case for them. Come around me, learn from me, follow me, do whatever they can. My home was available for them. We went for ministries together with some of them, and even as a youth pastor in Arua. One was my interpreter in the local language, Logbara, which I didn't know. And each one of them was shaped into a leader of one kind or another. So you never know who you are mentoring. At the time you are mentoring, you don't know who they are. Results will come. If things happen that you live long, and like now I've lived long enough to see what some of these things are in these young people. And I'm so, so grateful. I want to also say, when I became the Archbishop, I had a chaplain whom I mentored. Onesimus Simwe, now the Bishop of North Kigezi. We moved together for 7 years. He was such a learner, he was such a protective person. Now as the Archbishop, this guy almost acted like my security. Each time we are going to the State House, they'll ask him, "Are you armed?" If he wants to be funny, he said, "Yes, I have a Bible here." No, they're not. That's all what they're asking for. Very articulate, very, very much a learner, and he has learned so much. I think when you connect with the mentee who wants to learn from you, their hunger level will determine how much they know. For those who are very hungry to learn, they will know so much. For those who have medium hunger, they will learn as much as they can. There are those who will just be, with them, they'll be in the periphery. So whichever way a mentee is interested, that interest will pay back. But I want to appreciate the fact that where there are mentors in a country like ours, they have so much work to do. I noticed that the younger generation have been looking for people to copy. And sometimes, unfortunately, they may pick the wrong people to copy. And they'll copy them because they're learning. But if they pick the right people from whom they can learn useful values, and you make yourself available, let me just encourage you. I want you to be available for young people. They are looking for who to copy, who to be their role model. Sometimes they're looking for who should be their idols. No, although you don't want to make you an idol, let them make you somebody they can copy. In my life, I have found that there are desires of young people whom I can't take them all in because I can't. Even Jesus only had 12, by the way, whom he really grilled and deposited himself in and deployed. And they loved him because he loved them. They went and served him according to the mission he had as a continuation. And as a result, God's word went all over the world, including ours in Uganda, because these apostles were students who wanted to imitate and to emulate their master, who was not only their master, but also their friend. So the aspect of friendship in mentorship is very important. Because at friendship level, Jesus said, all that the Father commanded me, I shared with you. At friendship, you share with each other, regardless of your age bracket. The mentor may be very old, but he'll be open to you. And that friendship aspect, I see in mentorship, a very, very wonderful gift of relationship that God gives us. And so I find that as much as I was mentored, the ones I'm still mentoring now, the one I've already mentored, who have begun to mentor other people, quite a large number of them, makes the whole thing keeps moving on. It's a calling that we have, which is very, very important. And for me personally, the gift of fatherhood that I have, I call it a gift because somehow God brings people who need a cover of a father. And they will come. And I tell, this one here is not here for fun. This one here is for the learning and for the security of a father. And the willingness of a father to be a father figure is important. As long as the father is genuinely going to offer a father's ministry, the Father in heaven likes to use you as an example. I find that very good.
That's powerful. I am a beneficiary of the fatherhood, and I am loving having a father.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's extremely amazing.
Many people go through a fatherhood which is distorted and very difficult. There are very few people who have good fathers that they can remember. Many have problems. But even so, there are many people who know that a father figure is not a perfect person. If he's a boy and they are misunderstanding their parents, they say, you grow up a little. When you go up into a father, you'll also find your children will find faults with you. But that doesn't stop you from giving the love that you have to your children to the best of your knowledge. Whatever is deficient, God will do it, or a mentor will do it for them. But let them get the foundation of a father that loves them. I have, over the years, I do not even know how many years, come to appreciate the fact that God will bring me girls and women to come under the umbrella of a father figure. And it's obvious that many females would like a security level that is given them, even if they're married. A father figure is totally different from a husband. Because your husband is your partner. Your father is somebody above your partner to whom you can look for a kind of a different security of affirmation. Of affirmation. Your husband may never even affirm you anyway. But a father figure will affirm you. And that affirmation is something that God has given us. The moment we begin to understand how God says we are, the kind of way He has created us, wonderfully, fearfully, all the rest that go with it, and He loves His creature, He loves His people, That affirmation is needed by everybody. But there are people like us called to be in that calling of a father figure. Men and women, the same. I've got men who come and say to me, I really want you to be my father. I say, fine, let's keep going, working together. Be the child, I'll be the father figure for you for the time you need that figure in order to satisfy your greatest need. It has happened most of the time. One particular example I would give of a lady in Virginia when I was in the Archbishop. I was shocked to know that both Bazungu and the Africans in Ugandans here, we have similar needs.
Because we are all human.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I walked into this home and this lady, after 4 days in her house, said, "You are the father I have never met in my life. When you walk through my door, I saw my father in you." I'm from Uganda. She's a Caucasian. She's in America. But she's a pastor. Our story goes like that. Can I call you father? I said, you're not the first person, you're not going to be the last person. My calling is to offer security over people who need it. And we have continued to relate with Kelly. And it's amazing to know it is something that we miss in our lives. Men, they said, I want you to be my father. And then I keep myself in a position of just standing there and being there for them. What they can learn from me, let them pick. What they need, let them get. And so for that reason, it is only God who I think has given me this calling. In the year 2000, when a lady from Kenya wrote me a message, and this is the one. There are many mothers in Uganda, but there are very few fathers. She said to me, you're called to be the father of the nation.
Wow.
Or the bishop. But did I know I would be the Archbishop of Uganda so that I have a spiritual oversight in Uganda? No. But if you're given a calling with that responsibility, please be responsible, walk in moral cleanliness, walk in integrity, be available, and bless the nation, bless the land, bless your family. That's my comment.
Wow, totally blown away. But what I get completely is the need for mentors.
Yes.
Is great. It's plentiful. The need for fathers too, and mothers.
And others.
Yes. Whether it is your biological children or the others that who need a mother. But the need for mentors. Come back to mentorship.
Yeah.
The need for mentors is very plentiful. So, what are you doing? Who are you mentoring? Who are you working with? Who has worked with you? The problem you may be solving for someone by just mentoring them, you will never tell. Let me say that if it wasn't for these older women that came into my life, the marriage situationship, I don't know. Because me, I came into my marriage with my own attitude of independence and yet, you know, I went to my nice mixed schools. I lived with boys at the same level. We were supposed to be at the same level forever. So now I come into marriage and I'm being told, I don't know, there is submissiveness. And I'm thinking, which part? Which one? And I'm arguing of if God knew He wanted me to be down there, He would have gotten me from the foot, not from the side. It was so that I can walk side by side in equality. And of course, having grown up in the time of the women emancipation and everything, it was getting into my head. So I was there. And I can assure you by now, the marriage thing for me would be history because I think I was quite impossible. And but I met these people that really, specifically, when again in the mindset of doing Bible study, when I went to Mombasa, when we lived in Mombasa, I was already working under mentorship, remember? So I was looking out for an older and wiser person that I can walk with in a foreign land. So I got there, and I was, everyone is a friend in a foreign place, in a new place. You're like, everyone is a friend I haven't met. So you're trying to meet people, and and then the conversations that you listen to, I was like, as putting people on the side, not the one, you're not the one. So until one day, on this specific late afternoon, I went to pick my child from school. And I had sat with many of the parents in the school, mothers, and hadn't met someone I wanted to work with. But I went, so our children would be doing evening activities, so my daughter was swimming. I went to pick her, and I sat with, I saw a lady reading. I was like, oh, she's reading, let me go and maybe talk to her. I think she may be a decent person. She's reading. So I sat with her and we started talking. And I remember one thing that she mentioned that blew my mind. She had her children studying and working abroad at that time. I had a desire to send my children abroad when they are of age, but I had a fear. Like, if I send them, what will happen? Are you sure? We've seen children go there and lose themselves. So I asked her, how have you managed? What have you done? And how is it? I'm fearful. I want to, but I'm fearful. And she put her book down and looked at me and said, if you are fearful, the question you need to ask yourself is, what am I doing between now and the time they are 18 and are ready to leave the home that is going to give me peace, and I know that my children are ready to leave the nest, because they are not always going to be your babies at home. They are going to leave. So how are you preparing them is the question you should answer for yourself. I was like, okay, totally blown up. I want this person to be my friend. So I decided this person is going to be my friend. But I thought we would keep meeting at the swimming pool and then naturally become friends. And then she didn't come. The next day she didn't come, but every word that would come out of her mouth was so, in that short sitting, was so loaded with wisdom, with, I want her to be my friend. Then she did not show up. 1 week, she didn't come, 2 weeks, and then one day I saw her driving. I was like, that's the one, she's my friend. She's going to be my friend by fire, by force. So she drove, I drove after her. She went and parked at the then Nakumat. I also parked at Nakumat. She went into a butchery. I also went into a butchery. She bought meat. I also bought meat. Then I kind of bumped into her. You know, bumping. Yeah. I bumped into her and I said, oh, I'm so happy to see you. How are you? It's been long. I haven't seen you. Basically, I was talking like a friend already, because we hadn't even exchanged numbers. I had thought it would go slow. No. And then she had mentioned a Bible study that she was in. I said, that Bible study, I want to join. It's like, oh, come. I said, oh, so where do you live? It's just across. I said, let's go. And I see the place. I wasn't going to let her go. I was feeling like, now I have you. I'm not going to let you go. So I saw her place. And in a few days I was at her place. There was a Bible study happening at her house called Wisdom for Mothers. And I sat there. Now, that is where my wings and what were broken. They were clipped. They were clipped. And when they start wanting to rise, I feel it. I'm like, now this is the old Eddie that is coming back. But those ladies, we sat with one another at the feet of Christ. And we learned. And they, the study is so real. It took me to the real stuff. Now came to the submission part. And that's where all my arguments were coming in. No, I don't think God was creating us to be lower. I don't know. No one said lower, but submission is not a request.
No.
It's a command. And I would sit with it. I would be annoyed with myself, but with also the ladies. And then I would go at the feet of Christ under the mentorship of this lady. And by the way, she was a wife. She wasn't working, but she was enabling us to find our calling, our mission. And so, I mean, she was educated, but by choice. She had been So we chose very many projects that we took on at the feet of Christ with the mentorship of this lady. Like, wow. What are you taking on? What is the BHAG? BHAG being the big, hairy, audacious goal. What is your BHAG this year? What are you taking on? And we would come up with projects, and our motto was the Proverbs 31 woman. Oh yeah, she speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. But she's not just seated and eating that fruit of idleness. She is industrious. That woman was running a whole business empire. Wow. So we were like, okay, if she's our role model and she considers a field and buys it with her own earnings. So we really were empowered one another. But also I got so grounded in ministry, because then there was so much opportunity to share the word, to speak at different places. So I was able to get into this network of the faithful, the believers, and to see Christ for Christ, not just for the walls of the church. And I was so blessed. But that happened just because I was willing to submit to someone's mentorship and leadership, and also to know that beyond, outside of my own character and personality and all, I can, subdue certain things and learn and grow in the area that I want to grow in, that is important to me. So mentorship. I don't know a person that grows to optimize their potential without someone holding their hand.
I agree with you entirely, because like you cannot see your back, it takes somebody else to see your back for you. Some things in us, it will take other people to see them. Your mentor can nurture what you cannot see for yourself, and you'll be surprised, definitely surprised, that what you have in you there, which you can't see for yourself, somebody else can point it out for you and can encourage you. So that the younger generation, I want you to understand how to maximize the potentials you have in you through the eyes of people who have lived lives. People have lived lives, have lived just like you are. But the ones who have succeeded were also helped to see what they could not see for themselves. Let me give you an example. When I was 17, my father saw a teacher in me. I saw a mechanic in myself. I never became a mechanic of the machines, but I became a mechanic of souls. So that the greater creator can do the work in people. But he took me by force to train as a teacher, which I did not love him for. Eventually, I came to appreciate what he has given me. So what my father saw in me, and my teachers also saw in me, I couldn't see for myself. It takes somebody else to see a great hidden treasure inside you there, which if released, make you into a greater person. And that's why on your own, it's very, very hard. The word of God in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 says, 2 are better than 1. So when the two people whose minds are locked together begin to talk about certain things, they produce bigger results.
Yeah.
Your mentor is your enabler. Your mentor is your role model. Your mentor is your example. And your mentor will shape you to a point where you will be able to shape somebody else the way it is done to you. So I want to encourage you, to not just be a loner. Plus the fact that you should not be sticking with a peer that misleads you to destroy the potentials inside you. Because the choice belongs to you. What you choose what can build you up and enable you to be a greater person tomorrow than what you are today through the eyes of other people who are willing to pull out what is very, very valuable in your life and build it up for you. And together you will learn that it is good. Again, I'm going to use my analogy. Stand on my shoulders and grow taller than me.
And that's going to be very tall. Honestly, by now, I am hoping that you're thinking through who you will approach to be your mentor, who you will align yourself under, because you surely will grow and maximize your potential through mentorship. Ensure it is a positive person. Ensure it is someone who knows something in the area you want to grow in, someone who has worked there, someone who has succeeded there, and then they can hold your hand so that you can walk together with them. Indeed, don't expect them to be perfect people, because you're only going to get a mentor that is a human living in this broken world, but give them the grace and allow them to hold your hand and to guide you to your next level. So thank you so much for listening to us, and I hope that you got value. I do hope that you are thinking of your mentor now. The next time we meet, please come when you have identified a mentor so that you can start and advance in your journey of personal growth and personal development. And if you're not mentoring someone, and you know that you have acquired certain experience and knowledge and skills and maturity, and you're not mentoring someone, I want to repeat that evil thrives when good people do nothing.
Absolutely.
Please do something. You cannot just sit at the fence and watch the young generation perish, and watch people not maximize their potential, and watch young talented people, young gifted people just go down the drain when you can do something. So please wake up and make the sacrifices, make the time, and spread your arms of love, and let us mentor the younger generation, whether it is in their work, their job life, whether it is in their relationships, whether it is in their any area of personal growth, marriage, parenting, anything, career, whatever it is that someone wants to grow in. I know that there is someone out there who is aligned to help them, to mentor them, and to help them optimize their potential. Thank you so much. God bless you. Tunawapenda zaidi.